Buying off the plan, watch out for these two traps. Trap 1, long wait and market risk. With a off the plan contract, you sign now and the settlement could be years away. The one thing that you buy into when you're buying off the plan is uncertainty. No matter what the real estate agent, selling agent, or anyone says, settlement can happen at any time up until the sunset date or even past that. So if the market fluctuates, if interest rates go up or down, your financial circumstances change and you're not able to borrow the money that you intend to borrow to buy or settle on that property, you are at risk. What people don't understand is that an indication of when the land will be registered or the building will be built is just an indication. It's an estimate. Contracts for off-the-plan properties and unregistered land have that uncertainty baked into it. No matter what anyone says, even the contract will not indicate when this property will be ready to settle and for when you will be able to move in or start building. You need to understand this when you're buying off the plan. There is inherent risk financially and timing-wise that you need to consider. If the market goes down and the land that you've bought or the building you've bought has gone down in value, the bank may not lend you as much money as the contract is worth. So then you'll need to top up those funds, and say you're borrowing 80%, the bank might value it at 80% of $1 million. But if you've bought the property at 80% of $1.2 million, you need to come up with the difference. If interest rates go up and down and your serviceability changes or your circumstances change, that may affect your ability to borrow the money. If you can't borrow that money and complete, you lose your 10% deposit. So this is a huge risk and something people don't think about. Trap 2, contract changes. In the contract for sale for most off-the-plan and unregistered land, there are special conditions that are vendor bias. What this means is there's often conditions that dictate that the schedule of inclusions, the size of the land, and easements can be changed. So if the developer or person selling the land needs to make changes to your plan or the build, they can often do this and they must generally notify you. But what you see is not what you get when you buy off the plan. Unless the building's nearly built, then you may have an insight into what you're buying. But if it's not built or the earthworks haven't been done on vacant land, you don't know what you're buying. There are rights to be able to cancel the contract, but these need to be advised to you and you need to understand how they work. And this is super important if you're buying off the plan and unregistered land. A nearly built property or vacant block of land comes with a lot of other things to think about. The right advice and full understanding of what you're buying is important. So you need to speak to your solicitor or conveyancer to understand what you're doing. If you've liked this content, please like, follow, and subscribe on the channel you're watching on. Thanks.